Okay, welcome. Okay, so I'm just trying to write up something about commit because we got cut off when I was explaining something. We often have commit. Commit a crime.
Commit. Okay.
So one of the meanings, okay, I haven't done number one yet, but the second meaning, which is what we had, basically means to do something, okay? But it's to do something immoral. Okay. So immoral, right? Something something bad. For example, does this look? Is this backwards to you, or can you read that?
We can read that.
Okay, because it's backwards on my my camera. So to commit suicide, for example, right? To kill yourself, to commit suicide, to commit a crime, right? So to do something illegal is to commit a crime, or to commit murder, to commit a murder, for example, kill someone, to commit a murder. Or as we just read, to commit an act. Okay, so usually after here, there might be more information. To commit an act of something, okay? Or, as we read, his act was committed in vain. So it depends on the total phrase, but act and commit are often come together, and it usually is something something big or important. At least that's the sort of feeling. So the last act, in fact, that's what I should write here. Someone's last act is the last thing they do before they die. So therefore, that's pretty important. It's the last thing you do before you die. So their last act, it might be saving someone else's life. It might be donating everything you own to charity, those sorts of things. And so there's a little bit of humor in saying that this person's last act was. Is he still here?
I think so.
Yeah. This person's last act was trying to steal a can of Coke and getting crushed by the machine. So there's a bit of humor in using this way of saying it. So that is to commit. One use of the word to commit. Is Takashi-san there? Not sure.
Yes.
Ah, okay. Okay, so the other. Okay.
I think something problem with video.
Yeah. Well, while we're waiting, maybe he's there and he's he can hear everything. I don't know, but
I leave one time.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Another Takahashi-san appeared.
Ah.
Oh, here's one. Hey.
Hey.
Sorry.
That.
Okay. So Now,
はい。
oh no.
There you go.
Okay, it looks good. So that's one meaning we had of commit, used with verbs, words like suicide, crime, act, murder, okay, means to do. Another meaning of commit, which you might know, is to dedicate yourself, right? Or to give everything for a cause, right? So put a lot of effort in. Everything you can do, you do for a particular reason, a particular cause. So a politician or a prime minister might be committed to reducing unemployment. Right? So they will have a policy to try to reduce unemployment levels so that more people can have a job. And if they are committed to that, that means that they will not stop. They will keep trying to reach that goal. Or you can be committed to learning English. So you will keep making big effort. So that is to commit. And so I guess because these things here are quite, they're big things, they're significant things to do, suicide, crime. So unless you are really dedicated, really committed, unless you really feel that you want to do it, you probably can't do it. So maybe that's why we use the word commit, but that's just the way it is. It's a little bit like in Japanese. It doesn't make sense to me, but you say hataraku. I have to admit him again. Oh, I wanted to enter the room again. He's back. Okay. So, dearie me. Don't worry. I am committed to making this lesson work, okay?
Japanese committed meaning one. Commit する means one meaning.
The first meaning.
First meaning なんか、
okay. I didn't know that. There you go. I assume Eri knew that. She didn't tell me.
I did. No. Until Takashi-san told me, I was like, oh yeah. I feel like
Okay.
it's the diet. It's the gym. It says that 結果にコミットする. It's like, oh yeah. I thought.
Okay. So,
I think he's freezing again. Is he okay?
Yes, he is. If he wants, he can turn off his camera and just use microphone, maybe. That might be easier. Okay, I think we're back. We're back online.
Yeah.
All right. So is that only microphone we're using?
Japanese fitness company. This commercial use commit means fast means commit.
Interesting, yeah. Hadn't heard that before?
It's the rise up.
It's
Rise up.
Rise up, rise up.
Yeah, the name is rise up.
Means
oh
You see like lots of
business company.
ads.
yeah, it's got that annoying bloody music in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that one comes up on Facebook too.
Oh, really? Okay.
So I do. Okay, so good. So that's easy then. So commit. That's what commit, or one of the meanings for commit, and the other is the one that we had in the text that we've got. So to commit a last act. Okay. So we better go back to the text because we've lost a lot of time from different things happening. So his last act was committed in vain. Even as it fell over, the vending machine did not let out a single can. Right, so not one came out. The coroner reported. Okay, so who is saying this? Who is the coroner? Nothing to do with coronavirus.
Corona. Corona means like a ring. Corona, ring. Corona.
Yeah, so someone is reporting, so someone will make a report when someone dies. Right? This person makes a report after they study, I suppose, the body of the person who has died. Coroner is in charge of determining the cause of death. So, not sure what that is in Japanese, but yeah, so you often have a coroner if you watch something like NCIS, for example. The doctor there, I think, probably coroner. So they determine how the person died. So this person has examined the body and the scene of the death or whatever, and been able to find out that even as it fell over, he still didn't get a can out. So that's why it says his last act was committed in vain. So even if he died, it fell over, still nothing came out. So soda drinkers, take note. The report also states that toppled vending machines have caused 35 deaths and 140 injuries. So topple is to fall over. And a spokesperson for Coke. So someone from the Coke company said that Canadian machines are now labelled with the warning. So they've got something written on them now, a label, and it says tipping or rocking may cause injury or death. Because some people are stupid and they don't know. So we need to warn them. They have also installed anti-theft devices in newer models to keep people from obtaining free drinks. Okay, so there's a few words in here. Eri.
Yeah.
What do the following words mean? Install, anti-theft, device, obtain.
I think Takasa was talking something, isn't he?
I don't know. I think that was. I think my voice is a bit delayed. I can hear it echoing.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Are you okay, Takasa?
Okay.
Okay. So,
yeah.
What is an anti-theft device, Eri?
Anti-theft device would be the device that People cannot rob, thief, see? What's it?
Steal.
Steal? Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
So a device is like a small machine.
Machine.
Thing.
Yeah. Mm.
So to stop people from stealing drinks has been installed. Would put in. So obtain. Yeah, obtain. Another way of saying to get something.
Mm.
Okay, from obtaining free drinks. Obtain is similar to a couple of other words. Let's rub this out on my whiteboard. Have obtain, acquire, and procure. So obtain.
I'm back.
Okay. So
obtain.
So a word up the top, we have obtain, and obtain really just means to get something. So in this case, to obtain free drinks. He's trying to get some free drinks. Acquire, right, is similar. I looked these up the other day, and I should have written it down, the exact difference. But acquire, you can acquire knowledge, for example. You can acquire a second language. You can acquire what else do we acquire? I'll think about it. Procure. Okay, procure is the least common of these three words.
Okay.
And it's usually something that takes a lot of effort to get, right? But it's often used sort of, how we say, tongue in cheek. So it's sort of half joking because you can procure something. It might sound like you got it illegally. For example, you might say, I managed to procure a copy of some document, right? So it might sound like, I don't know, maybe you downloaded it illegally or something. So it's usually something with great effort, but it can also be used to imply, okay, so to say without saying, to imply, make someone think that you got it maybe illegally. Okay, procure. Acquire, I think, might be more often something, what's the word, abstract or intangible, something you can't touch. To acquire permission, to acquire a language, to acquire knowledge, to acquire skills. And obtain is more likely to be used with something, a physical object. But they all mean to get something, to get hold of something. Okay. So, with not an awful lot of time left and the possibility that we may have more connection problems, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another quiz. And the other text that we had, because it's a bit long and we've had some problems with time. Is he? You still there, Takahashi-san?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just microphone. That's why we can't see you. So we'll do that text next week because we haven't got as much time because connection problems and we had to stop for 5 minutes between meetings. So let's have a go at this Kahoot and see if we can finish it in the next, what have we got, 10 minutes? Okay. So I'll have to get into this too. Okay.
Hey.
Okay. Very good. So let's out of the way. Okay. Let's start. So these questions are all about vending machines. Okay, so vending machines are capable of. What can they do? Okay.
Not too sure.
Well, you need to guess.
I did.
Okay. Okay. So the correct answer is it can do all of these things. Now, for some reason, I've been timed out of my own quiz here. Rather, how do I? Anyway, I'm out of it for some reason. Okay. So it can. It has security cameras. It can tell you where you are, and it can recognize your face and try to sell you particular products, depending on what research says someone of your age and sex would be interested in. Not sure whether that's very good or not, but that's what it says it can do. Okay. Which of the following is found in vending machines? All right. So it can do all, can sell all of these things. Apparently, pest costumes. We all know it sells a wide range of drinks. Bread in a can. I have seen Kanzume vending machines before.
I never seen bread in the can.
Yeah, I remember. I haven't seen one in person, but I remember I saw a photo of one, and I used that when I taught Japanese a couple of years ago at a school. But there are a lot of very odd things. Have you seen any other interesting things in vending machines?
Having ramen, I saw in Akihabara.
Oh, ramen! Wow.
Then udon.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah, actually, I've seen a few things like that. Okay. Okay, true or false? Yes or no? So, no, you can't see that. Move that. So, in an emergency, vending machines can give out free drinks. Yes.
Oh, really? I didn't know. I was just hoping. Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, and this word refreshment, I don't know whether you've seen or heard that before, but it usually means drinks, maybe some snacks, but especially drinks. So it can provide free refreshments during times of emergency. Okay, on average, one vending machine per how many people?
Oh, 23.
3 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, one vending machine per 23 people. It's interesting that you've actually gone for higher numbers than that, but it's still quite a lot. I believe that is the highest density in the world, although that might be a later question, so I should not have said that. Okay. Hey, another true or false. More than half sell drinks. True.
True. Oh.
I believe it is about 57% sell drinks.
Right.
Yeah, which actually seems a little bit low to me. As I feel, you see a lot of cigarette ones as well sometimes, but I still feel, or sometimes with chips and snacks in them, but I still feel that almost all of them seem to be drinks. So there must be other areas in Japan I haven't been to where they have more vending machines with other things in them. Okay. Okay, so in Japan, anyone can apply for a license to own a vending machine.
Anyone.
Anyone. You, me, anyone can apply to own one. It is true.
True.
Yeah. So, yeah, you do have to apply, I suppose, to the local government. But also I read that there are now no longer any free spaces in Japan for a vending machine.
Yeah.
Which surprises me because it never seemed to me like they were in specific designated spots, because they just seem to be anywhere. There's vending machines everywhere, and sometimes they don't make sense. So they're well, it's true. You know, it's like where I might go to a park and there's 20 vending machines all lined up together, or there's ones in the middle of nowhere. So it's very strange, but apparently there are designated locations, and they are currently all full. So even though anyone can apply, you could not get a license at the moment, I think.
Can children
can children apply?
Apply?
That's a good question. I don't know. I suppose probably not. I suppose by anyone it means any adult.
Adult.
I suppose. Yeah, I think so. I imagine you'd have to be an adult because you'd have to enter into a contract.
Okay, thank
Okay, the first vending machine. Which year?
Wow.
そうだな。
1888.
What?
Yes, and if I remember, no.
88.
I feel like I saw this somewhere on YouTube or something. Maybe not. I did see on YouTube where they showed the first vending machine, and it's wooden, it's mechanical.
Wow.
And yeah, I'm not sure. If I find the video, I can show you next week. Very interesting. 1888, so 143 years ago. Okay. True or false? Okay, so I said this before. Japan has the highest density of vending machines in the world. True or false? Yes. Okay. So it does have the highest density, right? However, the greatest number of individual machines is in USA. But because it's a much larger area, the country, the density is not as great as Japan, which is a much smaller country. Okay. Another true or false. This one seems pretty easy. Both hot and cold can be bought from the same machine. Yes. All right. We all live in Japan. We all know that this is possible. So both hot and cold can be bought from the same machine. I don't think you can do that in Australia. I don't think they have either. They don't have cold or hot. It's just, room temperature, so to speak. Yeah?
I've never seen hot one in
Yeah?
Australia.
Have you seen the cold ones?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably only bought from an Australian vending machine like 2 or 3 times in my life. So I don't take much notice, but I'm not sure I've ever seen one that has definitely not hot, maybe cold, but also definitely not hot and cold in the same machine. Okay. Last question. How many vending machines?
Wow.
Much.
It could be possible. I don't know.
Okay.
Wow.
So,
Now I don't think that's correct, is it?
I have no idea. That's what you created.
Well, I didn't create this. I found this
Okay.
quiz. I edited it a couple of times, but I think this is actually wrong. I think the answer is red.
Red.
Okay.
Because it said before there is one for every 23 people. So 5.5 times 23 is around about 125, which is the population of Japan. 125 million. So I think that's a mistake. So I need to fix that. So I apologize for that. There you go. I got 2 correct. 5 out of 10. Not bad. And here we got 7 out of 10. Okay. Well done. I'll fix that, please. All right. Well, there you go. That's our lesson. We haven't got very long left. We're about to be cut off. So it's a shame that there were some issues with connection, and because we have to stop halfway with Zoom, that we lose a bit of time. But next time we'll be together in the class, and it should be a little bit easier. And please bring the other document to class next week. The one we didn't use today, we'll use that next week. All right. Well, I think we're about to go. So unless you have any questions, then I think that's it. So I'll see you next Sunday.